Goebel predicts that storytelling will become the digital workplace leader's new superpower. She predicts that the digital workplace of 2025 will feel like a retro-futuristic multiverse.
Have you ever had generative AI reflect on a body of work that you've created? Well, in the spirit of challenging myself to adopt new ways of working, as dictated by the new era of AI, I did just that. Off the back of a conversation with a longtime friend, mentee, and DWG member alum Christy Punch, I popped my 2025 predictions for the digital workplace into Google Notebook and produced my very first AI-generated podcast. I have to say, I was pretty impressed with the output, both in terms of content and conversational tone. I'm sharing it here in its entirety in the spirit of marking my progress over perfection. And I really look forward to your reactions to the first AI-generated edition of Digital Workplace Impact. The blog post that I used to produce this pod is featured on DWG's website under Resources Expert Blog. It's also included in the show notes from this episode. So, interestingly, I can say Digital Workplace Impact is brought to you by Digital Workplace in cooperation with Google Notebook this time around. This is your host and DWG's Chief Executive, Nancy Goebel. For now, wishing you and yours a festive and safe holiday season until the new year. And as always, happy listening.
Today we're going to be putting on our futurist hats and taking a deep dive into the digital workplaces of 2025.
Oh, very cool.
We've got some really fascinating predictions from Nancy Goebel, the CEO of the Digital Workplace Group,
Oh, yeah.
known for her insights into the future of work and all that stuff.
Right. DWG doesn't just, make predictions and move on. They actually hold themselves accountable with a yearly scorecard and grade how accurate their forecasts were. And their track record is actually pretty impressive.
That's good because, predicting the future is...
It's tough.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially these days.
Yeah, they had some pretty good scores for their 2024 predictions between 6 and 8.5 out of 10 for accuracy.
Yeah.
Before we jump into what they think 2025 holds, can you give us a quick overview of what they got right last year? Any trends that are carrying over?
Absolutely. One of their most accurate predictions was about the growing importance of data in the digital workplace. They actually called it the new queen. And boy, were they right. Organizations are increasingly recognizing its value for everything you know, from personalizing employee experiences to making strategic decisions.
Data is queen. Got it. So what you're saying is having access to the right data is becoming more and more critical.
You nailed it. And that leads right into another spot-on prediction. The need to balance cost-cutting with a positive employee experience.
Right.
A lot of companies are trying to do more with less, especially in the digital realm. This means streamlining workflows, automating tasks, getting creative to support employees without breaking the bank.
So it's not just about throwing money at the problem. It's about being strategic and resourceful.
Yeah.
Makes a lot of sense in today's economic climate, for sure.
Exactly. And then there's the prediction about digital workplace leaders needing to become more like outriders.
Outriders.
Yeah, they need to be innovative, adaptable, and ready to navigate a constantly shifting landscape.
It's a lot to ask. Okay, so I'm seeing a pattern here. Data is crucial, budgets are tight, and everyone needs to be ready to adapt. How does that set the stage for what DWG is predicting for 2025?
Well, those themes become even more important as we move into 2025, especially with the rise of AI.
AI, the buzzword of the century.
Right.
One of Goebel's predictions that really caught my eye was about hyper-personalized knowledge management. AI transforming how we access and use information at work.
This one's a game changer. Think about how much time you waste searching for information.
Oh, absolutely.
Imagine if the right data found you tailored to your current task. That's the power Goebel's talking about.
So, like having a personal research assistant who anticipates my needs, no more drowning in irrelevant emails or sifting through endless documents. Sign me up. But how realistic is this?
It's more realistic than you might think. We're already seeing AI-powered tools that can do some pretty amazing things. And as this technology continues to evolve, it has the potential to solve the problem of information overload, which is a huge productivity killer.
I mean, anything that can help me get to the information I need faster, more efficiently.
Yeah.
I'm all for it. But it's not just about convenience, right? It's about empowering people to do their best work.
Exactly. And that's what makes this prediction so exciting. It's not just about shiny new tech. It's about using that tech to create a more human-centered workplace.
Okay. I love that. But one thing that made me scratch my head was Goebel's prediction about Swedish death cleaning for AI.
Mm-hmm.
I know what Swedish death cleaning is, decluttering your belongings before you die. But how does that relate to the digital workplace?
It's an interesting analogy, isn't it? Goebel is saying that companies need to do some serious digital decluttering to prepare for widespread AI adoption. Think of your company's data like that cluttered attic. Before AI can truly learn, we need to do some digital death cleaning, get rid of outdated files, duplicate records, and anything that could confuse the algorithms.
Right.
It's about ensuring the AI learns from the best data, not just the most data.
Digital death cleaning. I'm getting flashbacks to trying to find that one file from 2018 on my computer. It was like going through a digital black hole. I can definitely see the value in cleaning up our data. But why is data quality such a challenge for companies?
Well, many organizations have accumulated mountains of data over the years, often scattered across different systems and departments.
Oh, yeah.
There's also the issue of data decay. Information becomes outdated or irrelevant over time. And then you have human error, which can lead to mistakes ending up in your data sets. It's a mess.
So it's like our digital closets are overflowing with outdated clothes, broken gadgets, and things we forgot we even owned. We need to Marie Kondo our data before letting AI loose on it.
That's a great way to put it. And just like a good closet clean out can make your life easier, a thorough data cleanse can pave the way for smoother AI implementation and better business outcomes.
That's very true. This raises an interesting question for our listeners. Could you use some digital death cleaning in your own work? What outdated files, duplicate documents, or irrelevant emails are clogging up your digital workspace?
It's something to think about, and it ties directly into how AI is going to change how we work, starting with those often dreaded intranets.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Internet's everybody's favorite.
I know, right?
I think we've all experienced the pain of trying to find something on a clunky, outdated intranet.
Oh, yeah.
But Goebel predicts that generative AI could completely revolutionize the intranet experience. Now, I know we hear a lot about generative AI these days. Is this just hype, or could it really change how we work?
It's definitely more than hype. Think of it this way. ChatGPT can create text, but imagine that power applied to every task on the internet, drafting reports, summarizing policies, even creating targeted learning content that's generative AI at work.
So instead of just searching for existing information, I could ask the internet a question and have it generate something new specifically for me. That would be incredible. What would that actually look like in practice?
Let's say you need the latest marketing materials for a specific product targeting a certain demographic right now. You might spend hours searching through folders and files with generative AI. You could just ask the internet a simple question like, what are the latest marketing materials for product X targeting Y demographic? And it could instantly pull together a custom report for you.
That's way beyond anything most intranets can do right now. No more digging through endless folders and files.
Yeah.
I'm starting to see the possibilities here, but beyond search, what other areas of the intranet could generative AI impact?
Goebel sees it enhancing several key areas. Imagine AI tools that help you write more engaging articles for the company newsletter, or design visually appealing presentations, or even tools that create personalized learning materials based on your specific role and skill set.
So it's not just about finding information, it's about creating better content and making the intranet a more valuable resource for everyone. It sounds like we'd all have a team of digital assistants at our fingertips.
Exactly, and don't forget about employee engagement. Generative AI could make the intranet more interactive and personalized. Think chatbots that answer questions, instantly provide support, and even offer personalized recommendations for learning and development.
This all sounds incredibly promising, but I know you like to look at both sides of the coin. Are there any potential downsides to all this AI integration we should be aware of?
Of course, as with any powerful technology, we need to approach generative AI with caution. One concern is the potential for bias. AI algorithms are trained on data, and if that data reflects existing biases, the AI outputs will be biased as well.
So garbage in, garbage out.
Exactly. We need to be mindful of the data we feed these algorithms and make sure it's diverse and representative. Another concern is accuracy. While generative AI is getting better all the time, it's still prone to making mistakes. We can't blindly trust everything it produces. Human oversight and fact-checking will remain crucial.
So we're not talking about replacing human intelligence, but rather using AI as a tool to enhance it.
Precisely, it's about finding the right balance between human and artificial intelligence, using AI to augment our capabilities, not replace them.
Okay, so generative AI has the potential to make intranets incredibly powerful, but we need to be aware of the potential downsides. Makes sense. Now, moving on all of it, Goebel made a bunch of other predictions about what the digital workplace will look like in 2025. Can we touch on a few of those? I'm curious to know what else she sees on the horizon.
Absolutely. One prediction is that enterprise AI will go mainstream. We're going to see more companies implementing AI solutions across their operations, not just in isolated departments.
So AI is no longer just a futuristic concept. It's becoming an everyday reality.
Exactly. And it's not just about automation. It's about using AI to gain insights, make better decisions, and create more personalized experiences for both employees and customers.
Goebel also talks about something called intelligent collaboration, which sounds pretty cool. What does that mean exactly?
It means using AI to facilitate communication, streamline workflows, and help teams work together more seamlessly. Think of virtual assistants that schedule meetings, manage tasks, and even provide real-time language translation.
So AI is the ultimate team player. I like it. Another prediction that stood out to me was the rise of schools of AI within companies. What's that all about?
This speaks to the growing need for AI literacy across the workforce. Companies will need to upskill their employees to understand, work with, and even develop AI solutions. These schools of AI could be internal training programs, mentorship opportunities, or even partnerships with external educational institutions.
It's like a digital boot camp for the age of AI. So if you're listening to this, it's probably a good idea to start brushing up on your AI skills. The future is now another one of Goebel's predictions involved something. I have mixed feelings about Microsoft's continued push for Copilot, their AI-powered assistant.
Yes, Copilot, the tool that some have compared to the infamous Clippy from back in the day.
It's exactly. Do you think people will embrace Copilot, or will it go down in history, like Clippy, as a well-intentioned idea that just didn't quite work?
Goebel predicts that Microsoft will focus on highlighting Copilot's value creation, potential to overcome any skepticism. They'll need to prove that it's more than just a glorified paperclip, but a truly valuable tool that boosts productivity and creativity.
It's a bold bet considering Clippy's less than stellar reputation, but I guess we'll have to wait and see how it plays out. So we've got AI going mainstream, smarter collaboration, the need for upskilling, and the return of the digital assistant, this time in the form of Copilot. What a whirlwind. But with all this focus on technology, it's easy to forget about the human element. Did Goebel address that at all?
She did. In fact, she made a couple of predictions that focus on the importance of human skills in this rapidly changing digital world. She believes that change agility will become a key skill for individuals and organizations.
Okay, I can see that in a world where technology is evolving at warp speed. Being able to adapt quickly and effectively is essential. But what does change agility actually look like in practice? Is it just about being comfortable with new software updates, or is there more to it than that?
It's much more than just keeping up with the latest software. It's about having a mindset that embraces change as an opportunity for growth. It's about being comfortable with ambiguity, being willing to learn new things, and being able to pivot quickly when circumstances demand it.
So it's not just about skills, it's about attitude.
Exactly. And for organizations fostering a culture of change, agility is crucial. It's about creating an environment that encourages experimentation, learning, and continuous improvement.
This ties in nicely with Goebel's prediction about a new wave of entrepreneurship. Can you elaborate on that?
She believes that advances in the digital workplace will empower employees to become more innovative and entrepreneurial within their companies. Imagine employees coming up with new ideas, taking ownership of projects, and driving innovation from within.
So instead of just following orders, employees are empowered to become change makers. I like that. Sounds very empowering.
It is, and it goes back to the idea of leveraging technology to create a more human-centered workplace. By giving employees the tools and freedom to be creative, and innovative companies can tap into a tremendous source of untapped potential.
It sounds like a win-win. Employees feel more engaged and fulfilled, and companies benefit from their creativity and innovation. But with all this talk about data AI and change agility, it's easy to get lost in the technical details. Did Goebel offer any insights into the bigger picture of what the future of work might look like?
She did, in fact. She calls it her super prediction, and it's a doozy. She predicts that the digital workplace of 2025 will feel like a retro-futuristic multiverse.
Okay, that sounds intriguing, but I have no idea what that means. Can you break it down for us? What exactly does a retro-futuristic multiverse look like?
Well, it's not about flying cars and robot butlers. It's more about a seamless integration of cutting-edge technology with timeless human values and practices.
So we're not abandoning everything we know and love about work. We're just adding a futuristic twist.
Exactly. It's about finding the right balance between innovation and traditional automation and human connection.
Okay, but can you give us some concrete examples? What might this retro-futuristic multiverse look like in practice? Paint a picture for us.
Imagine a workplace where AI-powered tools handle routine tasks, freeing up human employees to focus on creative, problem-solving, strategic thinking, and building meaningful relationships. Imagine virtual workspaces that are both highly functional and aesthetically pleasing, drawing inspiration from nature art and even elements of the physical office. Think about a workplace that is both technologically advanced and human-centered, a place that's efficient and engaging, innovative, and inspiring.
That sounds amazing, like the best of both worlds. Yeah. But I imagine there's no one-size-fits-all approach to creating this retro-futuristic multiverse, right?
Yeah.
It's going to look different for every company and every team.
You hit the nail on the head. The most exciting part of this prediction is that it's open to interpretation. It's not a prescriptive roadmap. It's an invitation to imagine and create the workplace of our dreams.
I love that it's not about passively accepting whatever the future holds. It's about actively shaping that future, using technology as a tool to create a better, more human-centered world of work. It's a call to action for all of us.
It is. And with that in mind, there's one more prediction we need to discuss, and it might be the most important one of all. It's about the role of storytelling in the digital workplace. Goebel predicts that storytelling will become the digital workplace leader's new superpower.
Storytelling. Okay, that's an interesting one. I can see how storytelling is important in general, but why would it be so crucial for leaders in the digital workplace? It seems a little old school, doesn't it?
It might seem that way, but in a world saturated with data and information, the ability to tell compelling stories will be essential for inspiring, motivating, and connecting with employees. Data is important, but it's the stories we tell that give that data meaning and bring it to life.
So it's not just about crunching numbers and analyzing spreadsheets anymore. Leaders need to become storytellers.
Exactly. They need to be able to weave those numbers and data points into narratives that resonate with people's emotions, values, and aspirations.
Can you give us an example?
Instead of just presenting a bunch of statistics about employee engagement, a leader could tell a story about a specific employee who benefited from a new initiative that would make the data more relatable and impactful.
Ah, I see. So it's about bringing the data to life with a human touch.
Exactly. And stories are powerful motivators. They can inspire people to take action, embrace change, and strive for excellence.
I'm thinking about all the great leaders throughout history who have used storytelling to rally their followers, from Martin Luther King Jr. to Steve Jobs.
Precisely. And storytelling helps build connections and foster a sense of community, especially in a digital workplace where we're often physically separated. It allows us to share our experiences, values, and aspirations with others, creating a sense of shared purpose and belonging.
So storytelling is about more than just entertainment. It's about creating meaning, inspiring action, and building connections. It's a powerful tool. But what if you're not a natural-born storyteller? Can this skill be learned?
Absolutely. Leaders don't need to be Shakespeare to be effective storytellers. They just need to be willing to embrace the power of narrative and find their own authentic voice.
That's encouraging.
Yeah.
It sounds like storytelling is a skill we should all be working on, whether we're in leadership positions or not. Yeah. It's a crucial part of communication and connection in any context.
It really is. Storytelling is like fundamental to humans, right?
Yeah.
It's something that, goes beyond what you do for a living or your title or whatever.
Right.
But in the digital workplace, it's really important, especially, given all the other stuff we've been talking about.
Okay, that's a great point. We've covered so much in this deep dive. Queen AI is going mainstream, and then there's that whole retro-futuristic multiverse thing.
Right.
It's a lot to process. Before we wrap up, can we step back and look at the big picture? What are the key takeaways our listeners should be thinking about as they prepare for the future of work?
Absolutely. First and foremost, the importance of data.
Yeah.
We talked about data cleansing, data quality, and how data will be the fuel that powers all those amazing AI initiatives.
Right.
If you're not thinking about how to manage and leverage data effectively, you're going to be left behind.
It's like we're building a digital house and data is the foundation.
Yeah.
Without a strong foundation, the whole thing just crumbles.
Yeah, it all falls apart.
So data is crucial. What else?
AI is no longer a futuristic fantasy.
Yeah.
It's here, and it's transforming the workplace as we speak. So if you're feeling intimidated by AI, don't be interested. Embrace it as an opportunity to learn and grow.
I think the idea of schools of AI is a brilliant solution.
Yeah.
Making sure everyone has the knowledge and the skills to thrive in an AI-powered world. We can't be afraid of the future.
Yeah.
We got to equip ourselves to be a part of it. Exactly. But with all this excitement about technology, we can't lose sight of the human element.
Exactly. All these digital tools are just that, tools. They're meant to enhance our capabilities, not replace us. Human skills like creativity, critical thinking, emotional intelligence, and yes, storytelling will become even more valuable in the years to come.
It's a good reminder that technology should serve us, not the other way around.
Right.
We need to be mindful of how we use these tools and make sure they're aligned with our values and our goals. So as we wrap up this deep dive, I want to leave our listeners with a question. How can we prepare ourselves for the future of work, both personally and professionally? How can we embrace the opportunities presented by the digital workplace while staying true to ourselves and our values?
That's a powerful question, and I encourage each of you listening to reflect on it and find your own answers. The future is not something that happens to us, it's something we create. By staying curious, embracing change, and never stopping learning, we can shape the future of work into something truly extraordinary.
I love that the future is ours to create. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the digital workplaces of 2025. It's been an enlightening conversation. And to our listeners, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep shaping the future of work.
Digital Workplace Impact is brought to you by the Digital Workplace Group. DWG is a strategic partner covering all aspects of the evolving digital workplace industry, not only through membership, but also benchmarking and boutique consulting services. For more information, visit digitalworkplacegroup.com.